This is online journalism. My name is Xavier with an X. Today we're going to talk about green screen. Yep, it can be green or it can be blue. Well, really nowadays it can be any color. But we got used to calling it green screen. This is lesson number 15 of our online course. So, well, let's say the magic word. Action! What do we need? What do we need to make a good green screen? Well, if you have money, then you just go to a production supplier and buy a big green screen that will fold up and be very easy to use. But a lot of people don't have money, and even if they have, it's difficult for some countries in Latin America and the rest of the world to buy production equipment. It's not so easy. They don't have the connections to do that, or they live very far away from a city. Okay, so what is the alternative? Very simple. Use your brain. Your brain. And you can buy just a piece of normal cloth. But choose, like some kind of wild green, more than normal, or kind of a little, I'm not sure if this is so wild, but like a blue and green work fine. I mean, every color can work, but blue and green are colors that normally are not in the human body, the skin tones and everything, because most of the time you have to cut with a person, with a presenter, with a talent, with an interview, and you want something else to go in the background. That's what we call the cut, okay? So you cut an image in the background. Well, so besides the cloth, normal cloth, we need this, soft light. That's the second secret of making a good green screen. Well, this is a really very basic soft light, like the basic as you can get. It's just a little cold light bulb, those modern light bulbs that they have now. And this is a diffuser screen. In this case, it's like a cloth type, but you can find it like gels. And you put it here, very simple. And you have a Velcro here, snap it on, and that's it. Okay, there's lots of models of this type of lights. You can have one that is like a little over 1 feet by 1 feet, and it's the same thing, like cloth and soft light inside, or cool light inside. We also have a bigger one. I mean, there's lots of these type of lights, but let's say this one you're seeing now is like 2.5 feet by 1.5, more or less. The same principle. This one has 5 lights inside, so you can kind of graduate how many you need. The alternative of using hard lights like this one, this is a hard light, tungsten light. This is really hard. It's like 1,000 watts or 750 watts. I mean, that's too hot for the green screen. But we can soften it. How do we soften it? We just bounce it on the ceiling, if it's a white ceiling, or bounce it on a white wall. That will give a very, very subtle, soft light. Or you can still have, these lights come normally with those little screens. It's a metal screen here. And you put the gel, diffuser gel, and you snap it on here. And that's it. I mean, this light will go through the diffuser screen and have soft light, this light. Or the famous umbrellas. They're exactly like the ones you use on the rain, but generally smaller, but depends on the light. And this one is the model that is called silk, because it's very white. You have another one, different types. You even have like a goldish kind of, but that depends on the type of lighting you're going to use. But this one is silk, and it's the same principle. You just snap it here, and it will soften. It has to be backwards. I mean, I'm the guy who's going to be lit, and the light goes whoosh, to the umbrella and back on my face. Okay, so that is the way to do it. And very, very, very nice soft light. So that's another way. There's lots of other soft lights in the market. For instance, those new modern LED lights, they are very soft. They even have the possibility of graduating the intensity of the light. So that is the second thing we need. We need cloth, we need soft lights. And let me tell you, how do we organize it? Let's go to the diagram. In this picture, we're seeing one of those green screens that you buy. They come in a little frame that will tense the whole screen, and that will help you a lot because you don't have to tense and get rid of the wrinkles, but it will work exactly the same with our cloth. In this diagram, we can see here the green screen or the blue screen, whatever screen you're doing. And here we have the talent or journalist or presenter, whatever you want to call it. What we want to do is light the subject and light the green screen, but without any shadows. So we're going to do like 2 levels of lighting. So level number 1, we're going to have some soft lights for the green screen, let's say in a different level than the lights for the talent. So here we have 2 or 3 lights for the talent. It depends on the place exactly, and the lighting conditions and everything. So these 3 lights, 2 or 3 lights for the talent, are going to be soft, so they won't throw hard shadows on the green screen. And if by any chance there are some shadows, these 2 lights that are specifically for the green screen will get rid of them, because we need the green screen as in the same tone of green or blue, whatever. The same tone is very important, because that's the way that the editing system is going to cut it out. And then you can put a river, a mountain, a landscape, a video, whatever you want on the back of the guy who is giving the news. Okay, so we have a first layer on the talent and a second layer on the screen. It's very simple. We're going to do it now. I have here the tripods, but as I told you before, you can do it with a simple wire. Just if you need, maybe you can use some tape here to open it up if it tends to wrinkle more than we need. Okay, let's take a look how I do it. Well, the first step is to get rid of these huge wrinkles. I mean, you can see here that there are different tones of blue. Absolutely. I mean, we cannot cut in with this obviously different tones. So what we do is we just try to have this as flat as we can. Okay. There will be some kind of wrinkles in the cloth, but I mean that's okay if they're small. I mean, if you can get rid of everything and iron the whole thing, well, that's better. But probably the ones that show are not. Well, just with putting this like this, we get rid of most of them. But let's do a little extra thing with a cloth pin, wooden cloth pin. We try to tighten up a little bit to the side and also to the side. So let's do it here. Then we can have some gaffer and keep on, you know, or if we have some extra pins, we can use extra clips or clamps or whatever. We can use anything. Okay, put it here. Basically, try to get rid of the big ones. Try to get rid of the big wrinkles. The small wrinkles we'll deal later. Okay. The small wrinkles can be dealt with the light. With the soft lights, we'll fill in the smaller wrinkles. So here I'm like 1 feet away. That's too near. And with 2 feet away, it's almost perfect, I would say, because we're going to be doing a smaller frame. Well, now we have the frame that we could use for online journalism. I could be like the talent, the presenter, the journalist in front of a screen, and you can cut in the background videos. You can have a virtual set if you want to. You can have pictures. You can have the beginning of a news that you're going to be watching, you're going to be transmitting. And in any case, sometimes it works very well without any extra lighting. You just graduate the distance so you don't cast any shadows. But it's probably the best to have some extra light to get rid of those little wrinkles. And as you can see here, with your bare eyes, you can see some little teeny-weeny wrinkles. But the equipment that we have, the editing system that we have today, that is not enough, and it works well. You can see it, and it's very easy. Obviously, if you want to get fancy, if you want to buy some professional screens, or if you want to rent a studio like this one, this is one of the studios we rent when we do real big green screen productions. That's me in front of the big studio. I mean, it's all the studio is green, and we can do wild things here. But normally for online journalism, you don't need all that budget. You don't need, as I told you, with a simple cloth you buy on the store in your community, you can do it. Use your brain. Just buy some wooden clothespins, and that should be enough. A little bit of gaffer tape, soft lights, obviously, and that's it. So you can have a very modern look, a virtual studio, great resources for online journalism without paying high budgets. So that's the end of this lesson. I hope that you have learned something and you subscribe and you recommend this online journalism course, because that's the idea, to have everybody with better skills for their community reporting, for their school, for their workplace, for their future. Okay? Have a great time.